So I start my routine off by putting on a standard wig cap mesh to tuck in all the funky hair, morning hair. And it keeps your hair out of the way for makeup. When I get my tape on, make sure you put it as far back on the hairline as you can, really, so that way you can put concealer or whatever it is you need to on your forehead as well. My wig's gonna have bangs on it, so I won't necessarily need to put makeup on my forehead. Just keep putting on the tape to catch all the fallout that'll come on the under parts of your eyes when you're doing your eyeshadow. And moving right along. So you will need one of these eyeshadow duos, HIP brand by L'Oreal. High Intensity Pigment is what it stands for. It's at most drugstores. Very good stuff. High pigment and low price. This is the Lasting Finish by Kate. I have it in shade 14. It's kind of a nude matte color. And I'm going to also be using True Match because it blends in really well. And it is the morning, so I am moving a bit slow, but, you know, go with it. So, I'm looking for something. What am I missing? I'll figure it out in a minute. So I'm blending my True Match on with my fingers. I just rub in circles and putting it on with my fingers. I find that it can you can have more control than you would with a big applicator like that. If you're trying to just use your whole face, then I suggest putting the circular applicator on, but I'm just trying to cover my eyes because I have relatively clear skin, so I usually don't put foundation on. But the foundation works as a great concealer and base. So I'm going to get started with my HIP Duo in Dashing. If I could just get it open, I'll start with the pink. So we're going to gather some of the pigment, the light pink pigment. Okay, and we're going to apply it all over the lid, like so, starting from in to the out. Make sure you get the end, because that's the point of the tape. The tape acts as a stencil. Some people draw out their shapes that they're going to use, but since this is going to be a very light color, it'll be a lot easier to just use the tape than it will be to find the line you drew. And continue on the other side. So now I'm going to grab the black pigment right off the duo here. This is a matte black shade, so it's really great for just using by itself for, say, a rock concert or something. And if you need to, use the accent mirror from your True Match compact. Because in this case, I'm sitting on the floor to film this, so I don't use a mirror. I'm using the camera. But for this part, you're going to need some precise sight, so you're going to have to use a mirror of some kind. Now, it's going to look a little weird at first because we haven't blended it in yet, but we're just trying to get that line, that cat-like line, and then we'll blend it out and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. So the shape we're going for is that we're taking the black and lining it all along the lash line, a medium thickness line, and we're going to take a line straight across the taped line for that cat eye effect, but obviously much more dramatic. Additionally, we're going to put a black line along the outer crease of the eye and connect that to the original black line. The thickness of this line is up to you. Just know that when we start blending, that black line will have a very dramatic effect. So be careful of this if you're a beginner. So we're going to put that away for now, and now I'm going to get out some of my brushes from my trusty makeup bag, and we're going to start blending. While I'm here and in my brush bag, I'm going to just take out the other brushes that I'm going to be using throughout the style. So I'm going to take out a liner brush for my eyebrows when I do those. I'll also need my base brush. I use it for my bronzer. It blends it out in a more of a glow effect than a contour effect. I also really like this concealer brush. I use it as a liner brush because I like to use eyeliner in smaller increments when I'm trying to tightline or make designs. This is an eyeshadow brush. I use it to blend. So I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush and my trusty accent mirror, and we're going to start blending these harsh lines out. And we'll go along lash line a couple times, and we're going to go in a circular motion a little bit to kind of really smudge that. And it really helps to kind of go a little bit in because we want to get a nice smolder going here. We don't want it to look like we just drew a line there. We want it to look more like a shadowy contour. Repeat this process on the other side. Then proceed to blend as you see fit, especially along that lash line, and really get any extra spaces that you forgot, especially that tape line, because it's almost time to take off the tape. Keep blending in circular motions all along that crease, maintaining that dramatic feline shape, which is kind of like the shape that I've really been enjoying right now these past few days. Get your true match out and make sure that you pick up some of it with your eyeshadow brush that you cleaned off, and make sure that you didn't blend too close to your eyebrow because it can be a little bit much for some people to have full eyebrow makeup. So keep that light right underneath your eyebrow to prevent this from happening. And repeat for the other side. Be sure to touch up that pink as you see fit so we don't lose that color. Make sure that you get as much of that pink pigment as you can because we don't want this to have too much black. This is all about contouring and blending. Now take out your concealer brush, and we're going to use it as a eyeliner brush. And we are going to carefully try and line that under eye area as tightly as we can. The tape will catch most of the fallout, so don't be super concerned about that. Just try and get one or two good coats on there to really accent the eyes. We want him looking into our eyes, right? And now the big reveal. Let's see that line we've been working on. And look. See? Now, if you see a strange strip on the side of your face created by the tape, don't worry. We will rub that out. Just take it out very carefully. And be careful, and it's over. It's all done. Now we can survey the damage. If you don't really see any rectangle marks from the tape, which can happen, check. And if so, we're going to take our concealer and go over that. But make sure you go back and check for any mistakes in your black underline that you just made. Because we're using black eyeshadow, we can wipe away any small snookies with our fingers, and then we're going to go over our under eye area and cheeks with the concealer. Just get a nice swipe and blend, and it makes a big difference. Um, the best way to be nice to your skin is you don't necessarily have. Eyebrow brush time. Just brush out your eyebrows the best you can, and it'll help the product we're about to put on them stay in a lot better. And take your brown from your duo kit, and we're going to take our eyeliner brush and just fill in our eyebrows very carefully. I always found that the best way to choose a color for your eyebrow filler tone that you use for eyeshadows and all that is find the natural color of your eyebrows and go something a little bit darker. And now it's wig time. Yay, wig time. So we're going to throw this bad boy on our head and just get it on from front to back. And just pull it on the best you can. Make sure you get it nice and snug. It's like putting on a very tight beanie for those of you who've never worn a wig. Now, because this has been in a container for a while, I'm going to have to brush it out. So you just take a normal wicker brush. Some people might go against brushing a cosplay wig, but if you're very careful, it should be fine. At this point, you just kind of want to brush with it and play with it with your hands if you want to. Kind of give it a little volume by kind of picking at it like that. Now to reinforce it, take a bobby pin, and you're going to need like 3 or 4 of them. And you want to put one right above each ear and one in the back, and you might want to put one in the front and center so you can make sure you have it nice and tight. And then one final swipe at the bottom, and then just rub it in a little bit, and that's pretty much really nice as is. Now for mascara. Just take some Rimmel Wow Lash and just kind of blot that on. Takes 2 or 3 coats, and then maybe 2 or 3 on the top. It's a really nice everyday mascara. I use it all the time, and I can wear it by itself because it works so well, and I could also wear it for these nice kind of modern romantic styles.